What it is, good people, it's your boy P Double, one half of the Bootleg Cable Podcast. Hopefully y'all having a good day so far. If not, try your best to make it the best day possible for the rest of the day. You feel me? So today we talking about Kanye West and Candace Owens. They recently showed up at Paris Fashion Week wearing Yeezy shirts. On these shirts, on the front of them, it happened to be the Pope. When they said Pope John Paul II, and on the front of it in Latin it says, "We will follow your example." But the front of the shirt is not what's the problem with a lot of people on the internet today. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, wherever you go, a lot of people having mixed reactions about what it says on the back of the shirt. So on the back of the shirt, it says "White Lives Matter," right? And I think at this point, anything that both Kanye West and Candace Owens does really shouldn't shock us at this point. And a lot of people are shocked about it. Some people are proud of them for wearing the shirt. It's a lot of mixed reactions, but I think it's 50-50. But for the most part, I think that there's a lot more negative reaction than there is positive reaction to this shirt. So obviously, this is like an answer, so to say, to the Black Lives Matter movement. And let me just say this. I am for the statement Black Lives Matter. I'm for that statement because I feel like things that were happening or since the beginning of this country, there's things that have been done that we need to remind people that Black lives actually do matter, right? So I'm for the statement, but I'm not for the organization. I don't support the Black Lives Matter organization. And if y'all want to know why, just look up all the corrupt things that they've done, which we kind of knew that they was going to do from the beginning when, it changed from a statement to an actual organization and people started throwing money at it and X, Y, and Z. So whenever I'm talking about Black Lives Matter, especially in this video, I want y'all to understand that I'm talking about the statement and never the organization. So they're wearing a White Lives Matter shirt, right? And we have to think of the reason why initially the statement Black Lives Matter came out. And I just kind of alluded to that. Since the beginning of America, since the beginning of, the black people being in America, time and time and time again, it's been shown that black lives didn't matter, so to say. Tulsa, Oklahoma bombing, slavery, the creation of the prison system, the creation of police. We can go on and on. Redlining, getting teachers in the schools, infrastructure, this, that. We can go on and on and on and on. So, White Lives Matter, the statement. The thing that got a lot of people upset is, when was there a time in America where you felt like you needed to say the phrase White Lives Matter? When was there a time in America where white people were under attack, so to say, where they were the target of bad policies, the target of police brutality, the target of just name a time. Name a time where white lives didn't matter, right? And that essential thought right there is what a lot of people are upset about on the internet. The people that are raising a fist and jumping for joy and saying how much they love Kanye and Candace Owens now are those same people that say words like lib tears, like, liberal tears, and they call people liberals as if it's a completely negative thing. These are the same people that was wearing the red MAGA hats, not understanding some of the racism that goes behind, being a full out Trump supporter without being able to criticize him or point out his wrongdoings. You know what I'm saying? So these people, which I think Candace Owens has always played towards. They're happy about this. They're like, okay, well, what's the problem? What's the problem? The thing is, it's essentially, it's trolling, right? It's trolling the people in the United States. It's trolling the black folks of America, because there was never a time where you had to scream white lives matter. There was never a time in America where white people were oppressed. And if white people were oppressed, it was white people oppressing white people. I guess you could think about the times when the people from Ireland had to come over here, and then there was already Americans here thinking that the Irish wasn't American enough, or other, forms of European folks that came over here at a time. Yeah, if you go back to those times, but then after a while, white folks is just white folks. You know what I'm saying? It's not like we look at white folks and you see, Sicilians, and you see Irish, and you see German, and you see French, blah, blah, blah. You just look at white folks, and for the most part, it's white folks. You know what I'm saying? I think that at this point, we need to stop feeding into this. I know that I'm talking about it, and obviously I make a lot of social commentary or whatever, but I think that we need to stop feeding into this as black folks. And I think that this is not the first time that Kanye West has made a shirt or formed a public friendship with Candace Owens. I think the first time we really knew about their public friendship was when he created the Blexit shirts. And that was when he was trying to encourage, well, both him and her, more her than him, trying to encourage a lot of black folks to leave the Democratic Party. And he came out with the Blexit shirts, and, she went on this, tour about, black folks leaving the party and coming into the conservative party, X, Y, and Z. And another thing, kind of off topic, I think that black folks in general are more conservatives than they are Democrats. I think they're more conservative than they are liberal. I swear to God, if you take out a piece of paper, right, and you put all Democratic values on one paper, and you put all conservative values, core Democratic values, core conservative values on a piece of paper, and you just tell people, you don't tell them which one is which, and you have them check off which ones they identify with, I guarantee you more black people would identify as conservatives than they do as Democrats/liberals. But back to this whole thing. So Kanye and Candace Owens, they've been friends for some time, and I think the whole Blexit thing was, if I'm not mistaken, around 2017, 2018. And then again, fast forward to what we have going on now. I think that, like I said earlier, we need to stop letting stuff like this shock us. It shouldn't shock us, because even though Candace Owens says a lot of things, she says a lot of things that should be important to black folks. She makes a lot of points that should be important to black folks. I think that the black folks that have a problem with Candace Owens, the ones that call her coon and X, Y, and Z, I think that we just have a problem with the message and how it's delivered. I think her delivery is all wrong. I think that a lot of the times she come off a little bit too aggressive. And then even now with the whole White Lives Matter situation, I think that it's a troll situation. Because it's laughable, because again, white lives have never been in question in the United States, other than a lot of these white folks that's manufacturing issues that they think is going on in America. Maybe issues where interracial dating is at a higher percentage, or interracial babies. And they say in 20 whatever it is. They have pictures of how they think that America is going to look, and how it's going to be not as much white folks in the country, because I guess America lets a lot of immigrants come in the country, so it's going to be a big melting pot and blah, 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 blah. Stuff like that is what white folks is afraid of. And I think that the kind of white folks that are afraid of that is usually the ones that I don't necessarily want to hang out with. Usually they're probably a little more conservative than I would like them to be, probably slightly racist. I think that that's something that you shouldn't really be worried about, because me as a black person, if I'm worried about mixed babies in the future, what kind of worry is that to have? It's not a worry at all, because I'm confident in who I am. I'm confident in who my kids are. If they decide to marry a white person, a black person, a Mexican or whatever, that's whatever they choose to do. As long as they're happy and whoever it is treating them right and they understand, their positions and all of that shit, I'm good with it. So I guess at the end of the day, what y'all think about this situation? How do y'all feel about Kanye West and Candace Owens wearing this White Lives Matter shirt? Is it really, really triggering to you? Do you not give a damn? You know what I'm saying? Like, how y'all feel about it? Y'all let me know, man.